Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the T6 Motorsport Stewards room for the touring cars on Sunday night at Bathurst. This is race one. There were no reported incidents for either race one or race two, so we'll be going off the results file only this evening. And the first one that we've got here is Emmanuel Bibilione and Nicolo. Let's kick it off. There. That's just everyone getting checked up at the start. No impact to Nick there, and no impact to Emmanuel either. So all good. Let's see what's next. David Stewards and Carlo Messina. Again, I think it's just first lap shenanigans, but we'll just wind it back and have a look from Carlo's perspective as well, because he's got a better view here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in that. We've got David moving ever so slightly in the braking zone, but it's not malice. I think he's got an eye on the car ahead that's slowing more, because the gap between those is closed between him and Jaroslav there. Carlo was just not really attacking either. He's not really gone fully right here. He's not gone for a lunge. It's just everyone's been caught out, but the car's slowing more than anticipated in front. Me. Oh yeah, no, this is me leaving it far too late and having to jink out of the way of running into Alan and sacrificing myself to the gods of the wall. Vlad, there's going to be a lot of contact with immovable objects, so I mean I've got to check them in case people were forced into the situations, but there's a lot of nudges like that are going to be people touching walls. Not a lot we can do about that. David Zuez, Carlo Messina. Okay. All good. Right. Let's have a look. From Carlo's perspective. Okay, so we've got David in front there who's braking. It's not a corner you'd traditionally brake for, but then he has got a car in front, and is he carrying a lot more speed? Let's have a look. He's backing off. It wasn't even, or it wasn't even it was barely a break. It's just managing the gap to Jaroslav in front, which was wise because Jaroslav's come off the barrier and had a bit of an incident himself. So there's David's not done anything wrong there. Is the car in front anyway, and it's the first lap, so no one knows where people brake, where people don't. So you'd expect a car behind to be, you'd expect them to be slightly more cautious because they don't know where the drivers in front naturally take their lines. But then at the same time, everybody on lap one's also trying to make up the most amount of positions while the cars are bunched. So I know why Carlo behind is pushing on. I also know why David braked. I don't think anyone's at fault for that. David's braked because Jaroslav in front is slow through that corner and is on a on an odd line, slightly odd line. So he's just being respectful, doesn't want to ruin his own race. He's applied the brakes, not even strongly. It's just enough to catch out Carlo, and Carlo's not really got time to react there. Brakes on, and as soon as the brakes come on, he's off the throttle, which is what you'd be doing at that point for the corner anyway, because he's preparing his entry. But David in front's just slowing more than Carlo. And I know it causes a ton of carnage because you've got cars all over the place behind. And it's really unfortunate for those cars behind. But I don't think that you can lay any blame at Carlo's feet there either. I think this is just a racing incident. And one that is all too common at Bathurst. Who've we got behind Carlo? Louis Neal. Louis can't do anything about it. It's all happening in front. And it's at this really awkward dynamic corner where you're cresting here, you're lifting to get the turn in. It's a very fast corner, and when cars are sliding in front of you, you're doing all you can to not lose control of your car yourself. And Lewis is just trying to keep his own car gathered. There's not a lot Louis could do about that. And I think that the same's probably going to go for Christian behind as well. Yeah, just all passengers. Unfortunate for those drivers, but I don't think there's any blame to apportion there. What's next? I'll have to skip past a bunch because there's a fair few bits and pieces off that. Okay, I think this is probably the next one. Jaroslav. Not sure what's happening here. Has it damaged his car? Oh my. What was that? I don't know if you could see what was happening there in the rear view mirror, but it all kicked off. Oh, this is another one that I don't think anyone's able to really avoid. So it's Jaroslav's caused this by being really slow on the exit of the cut-in, but you can't fault a driver for being slow. he's obviously made a mistake here. He's not doing anything illegal. He's just got deep into that corner and has had to slow so as not to make contact with his barrier. The cars behind are coming through at their normal racing speed. I mean, look at the amount that we've closed. In just those few corners. And yeah, it's just caused chaos behind. And no one can really, it's hard to see what's happening there because of the walls and the nature of the corner. Yeah, I think it's just another unfortunate Bathurst racing incident. But let's just go back to Jaroslav, because that's not what the incident that's not really what we were looking at. We were looking at his contact with a sign. It's just not had a good night. If he's carrying a problem because he's pulling off and wanting to stay completely out of the race and cause no more carnage, which is respectable. Let's have a look. I just want to see how his race went. Inputs. All totally normal. Steering wheel straight. Inputs are working. So the reason why I'm smashing through this is because his lines were really weird, and I couldn't see any obvious damage from his inputs, but I want to see if he's driving with a damaged car and whether he should have pulled off, or whether he just got a couple of corners wrong because the mountain's a bit airy and it's just caught out cars behind him who weren't expecting it. So here's where it's all not quite, because it looks fairly normal up to this point, doesn't it? All fairly normal. Let's get that off to get the frame rate back to normal. I think he's just not a great line through there. Oh, he did get. Oh, he has got damage. Yeah. So yeah, he's got damage. I mean, at this point, he's literally immediately just got the damage, and it's controllable. It's a bit like wonky, but you can't go as fast as normal. I'm trying to think whether I would have retired to the pits at this point, or whether I too would have carried on driving. I mean, if I'm being honest with myself, I probably would have carried on driving at this point myself too, to try and get back to the pits and get repaired. Because you always test it, don't you, at first to see how bad the damage is. And at this point here, he's finding out that it's not quick, but it's really not quick compared to those cars behind who were not expecting him to slow quite as much as he did. And as soon as he's got to a safe place, the thing is as well on the mountain, there's not really a safe place to stop or pull over or get out of the way. Now that there is, he's doing his level best to stay out of the way. Was it Nick Lowe who was the first on the scene? Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah, it was. I can't. I don't think I can. I don't think I can put a penalty there on Jaroslav. Um, he was going slower, but he's not going that slow. I feel like it's an odd place to lose it. I know that he's been caught out by the car in front, but I feel like this is. I'm really conflicted. I don't know whether Jaroslav deserves a penalty for continuing to drive with a damaged car, but normally anywhere else, I think we would be. No, do you know what? I think Jaroslav. I think Jaroslav needs a penalty for this. I'm fairly certain in the race notes before that Rich said that if you get into an accident over the mountain and you're damaged, that you should retire to pits. And there's no way that Jaroslav can get out of the way here. So all he's doing is just holding up the cars behind him that you can see in his mirror are gaining rapidly. I don't think it's going to be a mega penalty. It's not going to be severe because I think I probably would also try to get it back to the pits and get repaired. And I think the cars behind, it's asking a lot to say that they should have expected a slower car in front, given all the carnage in front when you're pushing on and you've got cars chasing you. But yeah, I don't think this is like an absolute roasting of a penalty that'll be coming in. But I think there'll definitely have to be something, because we made it clear that you should, if the car wasn't drivable, retire to pits. It was drivable, it was just slow and caused a lot of carnage. That was an awkward one. I'm sorry I took so long on that one. I was a bit torn. Is this as a result? No, this is totally different. Oh yeah, that's unavoidable. You can't not rejoin there either, because the wall is at the edge of the track. What's next? Jaroslav with sign. Alright, yeah. That's him trying to crawl back to the pits. Bruno Reno with a immovable object. It's probably going to be the wall. Oh wait, we've just seen this. Riley Koenig, an immovable object. Probably going to be the outside wall. The inside wall. Had to be one of them. Yeah. A lot of these are going to be these wall nudgers. Yeah. Walls everywhere. Oh dear. No, actual vehicle contact. Let's have a look. Don't think there's anything, but we'll look anyway. Nah, it's nothing. What's next? What was the flashing for? Oh, I see. Pulling left, then he's moved right, and then he's moved back left again. Fabian's disappointed with his defence. Yeah, that's a block. That'll be a penalty. He's gone. It's not defend. This isn't defending at this point. It's just the racing line. He's following the racing line. Fabian goes right. Reader moves in reaction to block him, and then goes back to the racing line. Yeah, blocking's not allowed. If you're going to defend the inside, you've got to defend the inside. Can't go stop the overtake attempt and then go back to the racing line and carry on. That's nothing either. Nudge from behind. It's going to be a wall in it. Yeah. Another wall. This one's me. What did I do? Oh yeah, got that totally wrong. Getting all my mistakes out in race 1. It's where I do all my practice. Oh no. Oh Chris. Let's watch it. Ah. Devastating. It's a good job they were so far in front. Fair play for avoiding the back of the car in front, and there wasn't anywhere else to turn. Had to be into the wall. That's the last one from race 1 anyway. Let's get on to race 2. Excuse me everybody. It's kinda late. It's taking a while. Oh, there we go. Ah, daylight. Oops. There we go. Right, what's the first incident? Jordan Osborne with a movable object. Okay. these two side by side, lovely stuff. Oh dear. So these two side by side fighting in front. Obviously Daniel's got the high ground, he's slightly ahead and on the outside, so Jordan's got to slow a little bit more. Slows a bit more than that, and you know, because he gets that little twitch just there, and Alejandro gets into the back of him. So I don't think actually I can comment on this. So I know Jordan's not one of my teammates, but I did finish immediately behind Alejandro in the race. So any decision that I made on this could have an impact to Alejandro. So what I'm going to do is pass this one up and let Rich have a look at it. I'll just do a few more angles to help him out with that. Overhead's usually useful, isn't it? Let's get inputs. Inputs. I think I might have got these already, but I'm just going to do it to be on the safe side. Cool. Not cool, but you know, moving on. Okay, that's not anything. So this is on board with Christian. So Reader just gets it wrong into the cut-in. I think it's called the cut-in. Excuse me if I'm wrong and it's not. And or is this the cut-in? Anyway, that corner back there. Reader gets it a little bit wrong, slightly slower. Christian just tags the back of it, nothing serious. Next incident. These all look like walls, just to warn you. Yeah. Oh, this was Vlad, the wall. It's really unfortunate. He took damage off that as well. Oh yeah, I remember coming past this. Let's have a look. Let's go from the external camera. And from Daniel's perspective. Yeah, unfortunately, this is it's probably going to be a penalty for Daniel, and I'll explain why. So obviously, underlining all this is the rule that you've got to have a wheel alongside their rear wheel to be entitled to space for a corner. But what this is I think Daniel just having a overly optimistic hope that Alan's just going to leave the space on the inside of this corner. So he's just leaving his nose in there on the hope that that's the case. Because he's not in an overtaking position here, and this isn't a big braking zone. It's still a fast corner, so it's really unlikely. Yeah, I mean you have to go for a serious send to get up the inside of someone for this corner, and make the apex. I really think it's unlikely that someone's going to be able to outbrake someone for this corner and make the apex, and come out of the corner in front and not lose speed. But he's tried to leave his nose in there, and Alan has turned for the corner, and Daniel has just left it in. And I think what's not really winning Daniel points here either is that after the contact, when he's like there's the contact, Alan's getting turned, and then Daniel puts the boot in. Like maybe that's out of frustration. Maybe Daniel here thinks that in the heat of the moment that he should have been entitled to that space, and is like, well, I'm going. He shouldn't have turned, but Alan is allowed to turn, and it was a bit of a I'm gonna leave my nose in, and you just have to choose whether to run into me or move out of the way. Like I mean, Alan, to be fair, should have probably made the better decision there for the sake of his own race, and not turned in. But it is what it is. He's entitled to turn in. Yeah, I think Daniel's just chancing his arm a little bit there. Didn't pay off. Well, it paid off for Daniel. Didn't do Alan any favours. So then he got mugged by us two. Okay, what's next? Vlad Tokarev. Immovable object. So it's going to be a wall in it. Yep. Next. A wall. chaos after? No. Next. Could be another wall. I think that might have been it. Yep, that were it. It's going to be the outside wall, isn't it? So that was the incident that we got directed to by the results file. But something's going off in front, which I wouldn't have otherwise seen. What's happening there? Oh, he's lost it all by himself. Awkward line, dirty tyres. Held his brakes. I like it. What's next? Oh wait, this is... No, it's another one. Yeah, broken car. If it looks like I'm just watching them through out of a sadistic tendency, it's nothing to do with that. It's just because whilst they're chucking up these like incidents, and it's just someone running into a wall, what I'm checking after is to make sure that this person's mistake for hitting a wall doesn't negatively impact a car coming behind. So I'm not just watching them through to the end for the sake of it. there's one not long after this, so I'm just going to watch it. Okay. Oh, such a shame for Bruno that. Starting up there at the front. Oh, this is the end of the race. Right, okay, well, that is the end of all the incidents that the game threw up. They were non-reported, so that's the end of it for tonight. Thanks everybody for watching along. I'll write this up in a report and Rich will publish it once he's had a chance to look at those bits and pieces that I didn't want to comment on. I think there's just the one. So yeah, alright, cool. Thanks a lot. Ta-ra.